Yeah, parked the days in and taking no days in. Yeah, don't need a vacation, I need a replacement. Busting the lights out soon as we came in. Yeah, what are they talking about? What is pertaining? Yeah, need me a therapist to ask if I'm aging. Is it me if you're gauging? All of my demons invading. I live paranoid hesitating. They biting the cadence. Go out their way, it's okay. Cause like the doors in the basement. I got a gate with my face in it. Yeah. Icy cold, it is so icy cold. Yeah. Mixing the water with cheese is making the money get mold. Yeah. Trying to be like gang, you better go get it in vogue. Yeah. Put 84s on lanes, I rob how you think it is spokes. We did it, we said it, we smoke. Yeah. We put it out, thought it was smoke. This 504. This is at home, right down the street from Alamo. Brand new, this new place I got to. New world, new sky, that's so blue, it's black too. New growth, all these space I outgrew. Blue bands, get my cash from drop through. Oh yeah, too flash, kick the flash.
Yeah. What's up, good people? It's your boy JB, man. Another episode of Burning Bridges, man. You know what I'm saying? Right here on the All Athletic Television Sports Network. We are back, man. Episode 3. And of course, man, you know how we do what we do, man. We break it down. The good old football, man, is the most wonderful time of the year. Football is back in full swing. We got college, we got NFL. Of course, you know, so we got a great show coming up for you guys. We got some old shit. Right? We got a new segment coming up, you know what I'm saying, called JB's Favorite Tweets of the Weekend. Man, King JB, you see the name on the screen. Of course, this is, again, Burning Bridges. Tap in with us, man, on the All Athletic Talk Sports Network. My man Adam, what's good, baby? Good to see you. Thanks for tapping in, man. If you got any questions, you know what I'm saying, holler at us, you know what I'm saying, comments, whatever. But we rock it like that, man. This is a live stream, so whoever's tapping in, jumping in and out, we appreciate it. We know it's Tuesday night, so everybody can't tap in when they want to. But, of course, it's in podcast form. You check us out on YouTube. All about, I want to say it's on All About the Birds YouTube channel. That's my boys out in Philadelphia, our guys that do all our production. My man Johnny U, Big C. All right, appreciate y'all. You know how we do it, man. We don't waste no time. We get right into it. Let's talk about the weekend in college football, all right? Just a couple of upsets, if you will. I guess it's an upset. Miami lost to Michigan State. I don't know what the hell's going on in Miami right now. But, man, they are not doing good things. That's definitely not the U. It's more like the why, all right? Like, why would I send my kid to Miami right now? It's not good at all, man. They're not putting a good product on the field. Not looking good. Michigan State went out there and spanked their butt. All right, Bama heads up Florida. First big-time SEC action for Bama. It was a really good game. Florida is real tough. Doing their thug thizzle out there in that SEC East. They ain't going to be nobody punk, man, so you can expect to see them towards the end of the season scratching around, you know what I'm saying, that is it 6 now? How many teams are going to be in that rat race for the Natty? I think it's 16. I know they extended it. All right, Penn State edges Auburn. It was a great game. Auburn came up a little short. Penn State played their butts off in that whiteout. It was pretty awesome atmosphere. And that's the number 19. ASU goes down to BYU. Now, BYU was ranked as well. I want to say they were number 21. Disappointing loss for ASU, to be completely honest. A lot of mistakes made. They kind of succumbed to the pressure that it was playing out there in Utah versus them damn BYU Cougars. Shout out to them for kicking some ass that night, man, and getting the job done. Penn State looking good, number 6 now. Yeah, they are, man. Yeah, they are. All right, I don't know when the last time they were in the top 10, but, man, they are looking like a good, solid football team. Number 13 goes down, Fresno State. Probably the biggest upset of the weekend. Now, Fresno State is building something special out there, and they're playing hard-nosed football, so they're not to be taken lightly. UCLA made some mistakes. Pretty sure if they had that one back, they would love to have that one back because UCLA playing Fresno State 9 out of 10 times. I'm going to give it 8 times to UCLA, 2 times to Fresno State. So shout out to Fresno State. They were the best team on that day. All right, a couple notables for week 4. We got Notre Dame, number 12 Notre Dame versus number 18 Wisconsin. Notre Dame better watch out, man. They are not as good as people think they are, and they're continuously showing it. So a hard-nosed football team like Wisconsin can sneak in and get the win. We got A&M versus Arkansas. This is a pretty big SEC game now. Not to be taken lightly because Arkansas is coming with some funk. Number 16, and then, of course, A&M right now was ranked number 7. I don't know if they're still number 7, but that's where they had them on ESPN when I looked up the games coming up. Notre Dame will be slapped around by Wisconsin. Only time will tell. Trust me when I say, man, I'm not on the Notre Dame bandwagon. I know growing up, me and my brother always had heated arguments because he was a diehard Notre Dame fan. I got a lot of friends that play at Notre Dame, so I'm not going to say anything bad about them. Just right now, they're not as strong as they would want to be. And UCLA versus Stanford. Now, UCLA is still creeping around number 24, so it's still in the top 25. Oh, Stanford. Stanford put a good whooping on SC last weekend, got their head coach fired. Shout out to SC for getting that together, man, and going out to Washington State and getting that victory. That's hard for those young kids after losing their head coach and then for interim head coach to come in, not like he's new, but still it's a lot. Great job overcoming adversity and great job overcoming a bunch of distractions. All right. Now, on to NFL action. Now, you know, I played for, some people you don't know, if you're just tapping into this show, my name is Jeremy Bridges. Everybody call me JB. And I played professional football for 10 years. So I played for Philly, I played for Carolina, I played for the Arizona Cardinals. So I like to talk a little bit about all of my former squads. All right. So we'll talk a little bit about Philly first. Philly fell down to who the hell did Philadelphia lose to? Somebody help me out with that. Who they lose? Oh, San Francisco. Well, the NFC West is the NFC West right now. We are the toughest division, all right, in football. People can say what they want to say, but it's us, all right? Out here in the Wild Wild West, man, shit is funky. Don't nobody want to come mess with us out here. So, good old Jalen Hurts, man. Philadelphia fans, I don't want y'all to get down on Jalen Hurts, man. The kid went 12 for 23 for 190 yards passing. He had 82 yards rushing and 1 tub. What I saw when I watched the game, because I went back and watched it, a couple miscues, right? A couple missed opportunities. San Francisco, you know, they tough, right? And they do what they do, and they do it well, right? So defensively, I mean, Philadelphia, I mean, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think about it, like, you know what I'm saying? They really only gave up 117 rushing, 189 passing. That's not horrible stats, right? So it was just a lot of miscues in the Philadelphia game. I think Jalen Hurts is still the guy. But he's young and he's got a lot to learn. But I think y'all got a solid nucleus going forward, man. 2 long drives, that's about it. You're exactly right, Johnny, right? But he spread the ball around. Again, a lot of miscues, man. A lot of miscues, a lot of missed opportunities. And getting off the field on third downs will always get your ass kicked, all right? Carolina, Darnold, man. Them boys put on the show against the Saints team that really kicked some ass last week. Now, one of the realest things you ever going to hear in football, especially NFL football, is one of the cliches or montage, or whatever you want to call it, is any given Sunday, right? Any given Sunday, any NFL team can get their ass kicked. So you can't go into a game in the NFL on Sunday saying, they're a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Because even a Jacksonville team will get in your ass, and before you know it, you down 15 points, and you wondering how you got where you at, and it's a problem, right? So Carolina didn't take the Saints for granted. Now, that's the NFC West, South matchup. Of course, so that's division work right there. You got to handle your business. Sam Darnold did just that, man. 26 for 38, 305 yards passing, 2 tubs. Christian McCaffrey doing Christian McCaffrey things. He went 24 for 72, 1 tub, and then D. Moore was the highest receiver of all of Darnold's passes for 8 for 79 and 1 tub. All right. Of course, their defense showed up, showed out. I want to say they only held the Saints to 6 or 8 points, something like that, man. That's just head scratching. Jameis Winston threw 2 interceptions. It's like night and day, right? But honestly, good people out there, you see it coming, right? Is Jameis Winston a good quarterback? I was just about to touch on that. I don't know, right? I have no idea because he's so damn inconsistent, right? And that's the issue with the dude, man. It's not like he's not talented. It's not like he doesn't have a big arm. It's just that he's so goddamn inconsistent, right? Man, he come back, he throws 2 picks. It's like he looked like a totally different person. So Peyton's really got to get a grip on him because he's the best option they got, to be honest. I don't think Taysom Hill's that guy. To me, Taysom Hill's like, you know, he's the next Tim Tebow, and we all know how that turned out. But so shout out to Carolina Panthers for getting the W. My Arizona Cardinals out here, I was at the game signing autographs when we played those pesky little Vikings. Now, a lot of things I didn't like about this game, but the only thing I did like is that we got to win, right? I ain't going to say the only thing, but one of the most positive things, we got to win. We got it by their era, right? The kicker missed the kick at the end of the game. I don't know what the hell Cliff Kingsbury was thinking, the way he was clock managing. We had 2 opportunities to really put the game on ice, starting at about the 6-minute mark going in the fourth quarter, right? So bad decision-making by Cliff Kingsbury, bad coaching. Look, that'll get you beat before it helps you win games. So you got to get that fixed, man. But other than that, man, Kyler Murray, 29 for 36, 400 yards, 3 tubs. Rondale Moore paying dividends. Our young buck we drafted, man. We love this kid. He's a speedster. 7 catches for 114 yards. 11 and 1 tub. All right, our defense gave up 419 yards. This is what I don't like, right? Defense gave up 419 yards. 177 of that was on the ground. All right, like come on, Vance Joseph, right? Get off your high horse and start playing some zone defense, right? And keep Hicks in the game against predominantly running teams, right? It's real simple. I mean, the kid Collins is good. He ain't ready yet, right? You know what I'm saying? So he good. He got to get that game experience. He's our first rounder. We got to have him, right? But he ain't quite ready yet, right? So that's our recap, right, of college and NFL. All right, going forward, we're going to kick it with, of course, you know what I'm saying, one of y'all's favorite segments, JB's old shit plays, of the weekend. All right, run that thing, producer.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
First one, we got our guy, them Vegas boys over there in Pittsburgh. We got Carr going deep to Ruggs. That's old school Vegas. I mean, it's not Vegas or whatever. The Raiders, the old school Raiders football right here now. All right, get a guy that's fast, throw the ball up, and let him go run and catch it. All right, Carr, you know what I'm saying, facing trouble, known for running fast. That's all he do. That boy's a speedster, man. Straight out of Alabama. He's one of them great Alabama receivers that was there when Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa was there. All right, man. Beautiful thing, man. Chicks dig the long ball, baby. Number 4 coming up, we got Najee Harris. Same game, all right? Different result. Get your ass out of here. Now, that's the old SEC battle. We got Abram, who's a big-time safety. Right? He's big for the Raiders now. Good shit. And then we got the newly drafted Najee Harris from Alabama. Just give him that work. Yeah. Use your leverage against you. Slip on your ass to the ground, and I'm on. Go on about my business. All right. Who we got right here? We got our guy, Demetric Felton. All right, young running back rookie from UCLA. Shout out to my boy, Deshaun Foster, who's the running back coach there, man. He's produced some animals. And son, make your money. Here we go. Yep. Got to get him. And we still. All right. Next one, we got SMU over La Tech. Hey, nigga, run quick, see. Oh, damn. SMU got it, right? La Tech, going La Tech. Now, I can be a little petty about them because they are in the Conference USA with my Southern Miss Golden Eagles. And sorry for you. All right, last but not least, what in the hell? Yo, this kid, look. Hey, producer, pause that real quick. Hey, just pause it. If we can just pause that, right? Just stop it so I can kind of just talk about this for a second. Because when I first saw it, I was like, man, that's some bullshit, right? But it's amazing what these young kids can do nowadays, man. These kids are fucking athletes. So just think about the degree of difficulty on that whole play, right? He's running, head turned, ball comes, hand goes up, backwards, grabs the ball, brings ball in, has body control enough to roll over so the ball don't hit the ground. Wow. All right, wow. When I first said it, my initial thought was that kid just won an ESPY. Point blank period. He literally just won an ESPY. That's amazing, man. That's real dope right there. That's big time shit. All right, shout out to that kid, man. You might not see a better defensive play this year. I mean, that's NFL, college. It don't matter. You might not see a better play this year going forward. All right, so that being that, all right. Now, the next segment we're going to do is going to be a newer segment, all right? And it's something that I thought of because if you guys don't know me, man, a lot of times, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, it's You Know Me, B-I-G. That's the letter U-K-N-O, M-E-B-I-G. Follow me up, man. Holla at your boy. I follow back, man. I'm not that egotistical guy. But a lot of times when I can't sleep, because I do suffer from insomnia from time to time, I'm searching through Twitter, all right? It's a good thing Twitter don't have that little let you know when you own thing like Instagram do, man, because I'll be on Twitter That motherfuckers be see me like, this motherfucker don't have a life, right? Now, I'm always on Twitter. Twitter is the greatest place on earth. It is one of the funniest places on earth, which is why I came up with this segment, JB's favorite tweets of the weekend. Producer, let's rock this shit. All right, so this tweet right here is going to come from, let me see if I can blow this up on my side so I can see this fella's name. All right. Will Hayes _24. And the tweet is about to do on the Saints. Of course, they were playing the Panthers. And we right here, we got a center and a guard. Now, Andrews Peters from the Valley, right? He is one of the big boys from Corona del Sol High School. I think he went to Stanford, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. But right now, Will got a point. His tweet reads, Ruiz and Pete just out here for the vibes and free Gatorade with the skeleton emoji. Look at these fools. Like, what are we looking at? Pete is looking at the dude like he looking at the center like, you gonna block him? Because I can't get to him. All right? Hey, great job, you know what I'm saying, spotting a great tweet by a guy. Will, what's his name again? Scroll down. Let me see what this guy's name. I like to shout out my folks, you know what I'm saying? Will Hayes _24. Man, I appreciate that. I got to shout these people out because they don't even know I'm using their tweets. So at least I can do is shout them out. All right, on to the next one. Now, when I saw this tweet, man, I bust out. It's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm crying in the bed laughing. Does sports boy, all right, just how it sounds. All right, for people listening to this podcast and podcast for, this the only pick y'all had? Question mark. Now, if y'all looking right now, okay, and if you can't see because you listen to this in podcast form, there's a picture of a Carolina defender tackling a Saint ball carrier, and literally they in 69 position. Can't make this stuff up, man. So I'm looking right at it. It's horrible. Yeah, and you're right. The sports boy. You're exactly right. I know they had a better picture to put up. And if I'm not mistaken, that's on a local news station. And I don't know whether it's in Carolina or whether it's in New Orleans, but man, they got the boys down bad. Already bad enough. Add insult to injury. At this point, the Saints are down 17-0. Meanwhile, he getting his ass ate out by a defender. Well, that's what it looked like at least. All right, man, on to the next. Now, this is pretty dope. We're going to let this play. Yeah. Now, if you don't know what that's from, you ain't old enough to hang out with me, all right? So, scroll down a little bit for producer, man. Yes, sir. Now, this is the Baltimore Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore is notoriously famous for a show that ran on HBO years ago called The Wire. It ran for hella seasons. I remember vividly because I was a rookie in Philadelphia when The Wire was pumping. And a lot of these cats, including the late, great Michael K. Williams, would come to Philadelphia after they would shoot. And so I got to know some of these people, you know what I'm saying, because you see them out and so on and so forth. And, of course, people mingle with athletes, entertainers, and actors love to mingle with athletes. So I was blessed to get to know some of these people. But the Baltimore Ravens honored the late Michael K. Williams by playing Omar's Whistle before the game against the Chiefs on Monday night. Now, if you've never seen the show, you don't get it. But Omar was a tyrant on the show. And whenever he was finna do somebody in, it was in broad daylight. He was walking down the street with a trench coat on, with a bulletproof vest, and a sawed-off shotgun under the trench coat, and he would whistle, "A Hunting I Will Go" by the great Elmer Fudd, all right? So that's a dope-ass tweet, man. That thing was crazy. I saw that. I was like, man, that's wild. Kind of gave me chills, man, to be honest with you, man. So rest in peace to Michael K. Williams, and shout out to Baltimore for embracing the culture of their city, man. I love that, bro. I love that. Like, that's the best shit ever. You know what I'm saying? You got to embrace the culture of your city, man. It's just great for the fans. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. That was one of the dopest things I've seen. All right, next one. Oh, yeah, back to Baltimore, right? Now, you want to read his lips. All right, run it back. Let's see, we got to read his lips again, right? He's got to read his lips. He's screaming, Lamar, do you want to go for it? That's what he asked him now. Now, what's going on in this situation is that at the end of the game, All right, Baltimore has the ball. They have control of the game, right? So if they get a first down, the game is over. So at this point, it's 4th and 1. If they punt it back to Mahomes, we kind of know what's going to end up happening. They're only up by 1 point, right? So all they got to do is, in Andy Reid and my man deep offense, I can never what is it? Eric Bieniemy's offense, right? With Patrick Mahomes and Cheetah, you know what I'm saying? All them cats they got, they can get yards real quick. It's a dangerous situation. Harbaugh, one of my favorite coaches ever, right? He was a special teams coach when I was a rookie in Philadelphia, and he just had that it factor. Everybody loved Harbaugh, man. Everybody. And what's funny to me, to be completely honest, is that his brother was supposed to be this big-time whatever, all hail to the chief, you know what I'm saying, big-time head coach. Well, he's had a shitty time down there in Michigan being subpar, but his brother has had a wonderful NFL coaching career. And hats off to Harbaugh. John Harbaugh, this is amazing. All right, this is trusting your quarterback. This is having faith and love in the person that you have designated to be behind center. I think this is awesome. Again, he asked him, called his name 3 times, and he asked him very simple, you want to go for this? And Lamar Jackson said in the press conference, he replied, hell yes. All right. Dope-ass tweet, man. All right, on to the next one. Now, Alejandro Villanueva tweeted about O-line play, being a tackle, right? And Coach Nasty Leonard, one of my guys, you know what I'm saying, one of my fellow O-line coaches who we follow each other on Twitter, he put it out there. Leave it to O-line to keep it real, right? Well, Villanueva says, and I quote, it reminds me of jumping out of an airplane when I was in the Army. All right, there's very little upside. The best thing that can happen when you jump is you survive. Playing tackle is kind of the same way. The best thing that can happen is that nothing happens. Well, Mr. Villanueva, I'm going to disagree with you right there. All right. First of all, I got love for all my old linemen. All right, but let's call a spade a spade. Mr. Villanueva has never been that good in the NFL. All right, even when he was with Pittsburgh and he was younger, he still wasn't that good. They really protected things for him. He just wasn't that good. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Villanueva is playing left tackle right now with the Baltimore Ravens, and he is getting his ass exposed, right? I'm talking about big time, right? He looks bad out there. Now, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is this. As I got older in the NFL, I realized that I had more control of what the man in front of me did than I ever thought I could. By the way that I sat, by the way my body position was, all right, by my movement, all right, by my patience, by my hand placement. I had more control over that person in front of me than I thought I did. So, Mr. Villanueva, I think you need to change your outlook on how you look at these this offensive line play in this position that you play, and you've made a lot of money playing that position, okay? So no, sir, it's not like jumping out of an airplane. The best thing that can happen is that you survive, all right? You might need to watch a little more film. You might need to just get a more optimistic outlook on playing offensive tackle. Hell, maybe you have a better year because right now you're not, all right? Now, what we're going to do right now, my main man Johnny, you're going to come on. We're going to pay some bills, all right? When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about my picks from last week. We're going to talk about what we did. Johnny U's going to stay on with us for just a second, you know what I'm saying, to kind of break down the pick scores with me and all about the Birds gang. And then we'll be back, and we'll talk about picks for week 3 in the NFL.
All righty, and going to give you some paying the bills. So we have the AAT Sports Network /shop. Check out all the new gear. I have some new designs up there. Also have some ideas of seeing some other things that we're going to be putting up there. If you have any ideas or any type of thing that you would like to see up on the shop, whether it's a t-shirt, sweatshirt, anything like that, either send any one of the guys, Chip, Jeff, myself, any type of message with an idea, and we'll see if we can make it happen for you. Oddsjam.com, using the Arbitrage Calculator to not lose money. The link is in the bio. 99jersey.com is now partnered with AAT Birds. Use the code AATBirds20 for a 20% discount at checkout. Manscaped. Use the code AATBirds for 20% off and free shipping at checkout. Again, I will not be saying your balls will thank you in the microphone real close because that's Chip's thing, or as Charles, as we like to call him now. Statement games, fun free twist on fantasy sports. Link in the bio. And we also have La Terrain watches, luxury watches. Use the code ATBirds for 10% at checkout. And also all about the birds expanding. Please follow the all new AAT Sports Network on Twitter, AAT Sports _. Also on Facebook, the AAT Birds and the AAT Sports Network. If you type in AAT Birds, it should come up with the AAT Sports Network. So make sure you're following that. Big things coming. So definitely check all that out. And I will add you back into the mix here and to go over what happened last week. Let's just say you kicked some ass with your picks. 12-4. Of course, you are still leading the pack. So you're still, ahead there. You're kind of like the Cardinals, where the first 6-7 weeks of the year, you look great, and then you shoot yourself.
Hey, come on. Look, hate don't look good on you. It don't look good on nobody else, all right? So we're not going to do that, okay? Praise me for the success I'm having now, all right? And then anything that happens down the line, we'll deal with that, all right?
Because I was going to say, I'm like the Eagles. I just disappoint you every week, so it really doesn't matter.
Hey, listen.
But no,
things can change very fast.
I did have a good week, but you were a game better than Chip and I went 11-5. I have to double check what Jeff's score was. I think his was either 9-7 or 10-6. But you, of course, are still leading the pack, so you're still in the lead there. So, pretty excited to see what you got in store for you this week and where you go.
Yeah, you got your pen and pad. You got your pen and pad ready.
I got the pen and pad ready, and I did not lose it this week. I didn't have to rewatch the show to get all your picks again. I actually jotted them all down. I didn't lose the paper. But I will exit myself out and let you do your thing.
No doubt. Appreciate you, my man, Johnny. You, everybody. Big round of applause for that guy. Listen, week 3 is coming up, and of course, this is going to be JB's Burning Bridges picks of the week. All right. First one we'll start off with is Thursday night. All right. We got a sneaky, decently good game coming up here, right? Now, usually Thursday night games be trash, but we got the Panthers and the surprise Texans, right? We're going to be at the old Reliance Stadium. I got to go with the Panthers, though. I think the Panthers I think they got a good thing going on, Matt Rule. I believe in him, right? I believe that he's treating these men like men. He's allowing them to have fun and do great things on the football field. They fly around. They're excitable. They're fun to watch, all right? So, Panthers, Texans, I'm rolling with the Panthers, baby, all right? Now, we got Washington, the Washington football team. I almost said the Redskins. I was almost politically incorrect for 1 second. So, we got the Washington football team versus the Buffalo Bills. All right, the Bills Mafia out there in Buffalo, all right? So I got to go with the Bills simply because they're at home, all right? Heineke is doing some decent things, but I think that the Bills kind of really get it together and start to show exactly who they are. Now, I'm going to give the lines, just for our bettors. They got Carolina favored in the Panthers, the Texans game by 8. They got the Buffalo Bills favorite over the Washington football team by 8.5, all right? Also, next game up, we got the Bears versus the Browns. Not to be taken lightly at all, okay, because Justin Fields is most likely going to start. Now, it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, right? Because their offensive line, I don't think is prepared for what the Browns got out with that front seven, okay? So I'm going to go with the Browns, all right? The line is going to be 7 in favor of the Browns, right? The Ravens at the Lions. All right, Lions. Whoo. Yeah, these rookie QBs, man, they shit in their pants. But it's to be expected. And it's ESPN's fault, all right, for blowing smoke up these kids' asses. They ain't ready. They got a lot to prove. They got a lot to learn. It is what it is. So please stop setting these kids up for failure because you put them up on a pedestal and as soon as they fail, you're the first one to fucking swipe at their ankles and try to knock their ass down. All right, back to where I was at. We got the Ravens going into Detroit City, all right, to face them Lions. 8.5 is the favorite for the Baltimore Ravens. I got to roll with the Ravens on this, man. The Lions just ain't ready yet. They're going to keep scrapping. They're going to keep fighting. And I told this to Benny on my partner on my other podcast, JB and Benny Review, because he's diehard Detroit Lion. So I feel like midway through the season, they're going to start to pick up some steam, but they're not going to be a real factor till next year. This is what it is. Next game up, we got the Colts versus the Titans. The Titans are now finding their groove, right? They went out to Seattle and got the win against them. So, of course, I'm going to roll with the Titans on that one. The Colts they just ain't ready, man. I don't know what else to say. All right, sorry, Chad Carr, you my guy, you know what I'm saying, and all my family out there in Indiana, but the coach just ain't ready, all right? Next game up, Chargers, Chiefs, big-time AFC battle. The Chiefs are going to want some reckoning for what happened to them on Monday night versus the Ravens. They got to get a win, all right, because they got to keep that head of steam. Now, the Chargers, playing decent ball. Is it going to be a competitive game? Yes. The fact that it's in Kansas City, I got to go with the Chiefs. If it was in LA, I might pick the Chargers. Might. Probably a 75% chance. But the fact that they are in the motherfucking Chiefs kingdom, right? I got to roll with the Chiefs. Andy Reid and them going to have a great game plan, and they're going to get back on the winning column. Now, Saints-Patriots. I said this on our podcast, JB and Benny Review. We were talking about the beginning year review of the NFL, right? We have that every year. And I talked about the New England Patriots, right? And I said that Mac Jones, out of this whole quarterback class, is going to have the longest, most successful career out of all these kids because of the fact that he plays for New England, right? They are never going to put him in a bad situation. He's never going to be made to do something spectacular to have to win the game. Anything he does outside of his skill set is just a plus for them, and that's the way that they develop their quarterbacks and make them great, i.e. the GOAT that we know today is Tom Brady. He developed, and man, he is still doing this thing at a high level. So, of course, I'm going to roll with the Patriots on that. And then defensively, I think they're just going to really put Jameis Winston in the pickle. I think the Saints are going to get flustered. I think they're going to try to put Taysom Hill in, because they think that Jameis Winston is going to fail him. I know he's going to turn the ball over at least once. Pat's going to get that. Now, the line is 3 for the Patriots. I would definitely take the line if I was a betting man on that one, right? Now, Giants at Falcons. This is one of them games you got to watch, all right? Vegas got the line at 3 for the Giants. Oh, no, right? The Falcons aren't, I don't know. Again, any given Sunday. So I'm going to go against my gut, and I'm going to pick the Falcons on this one, all right? I feel like their rookie tight end is going to have a big game. I feel like Danny Dimes is going to throw a couple quarters to the defense, all right? Giants and the Falcons tie. You're right. It might end up being 0-0, right? So keep your eyes peeled on that one. But I'm gonna roll with the Falcons, man. Might be wrong on that one, but that's what I'm rolling with. Bengals Steelers. Oh baby. Now when these two teams meet, there's no love lost, right? From back in the days of Vontaze Burfict and Antonio Brown going, Juju Smith-Schuster busting heads, and and right now they're probably as even as they've been in years as far as team-wise, right? So team for team, they're probably as even as they've been in years, right? Joe Burrow struggled last game. I think he threw 3 picks back-to-back. Ben is playing trash football. They're trying to lean on the run a little more, but I don't think their offensive line is as strong as they thought it was going to be. Their defense is good, but I think the Bengals got a lot of weapons. So to be completely honest with you, right, I'm going to go with the Bengals, right, because I feel like they have the edge offensively, right? I'm going to roll with the Bengals on this one, right? Next game, my Bird gang, we flying down to Duval to get the W. All right, that's enough said. Ain't nothing to say. All I'm going to say is that it's a trap game. We got to go handle our business and fly ass back to the desert. That's all we're going to do, all right? Business trip, fellas. Keep your mind right. Go handle your business. Overcome the adversity. It's going to happen early because it happens, right? When you play teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars, you get that early adversity, and you're going to have to endure some jankification, as we say on the JB and Benny Blue Review. But we'll come home with the W. You got to handle that business, right? Don't look forward. Don't look forward because we got 2 big-time games coming up, all right? Both of them NFC West. All right, Jets Broncos. 0-2 versus 2-0, all right? I don't think the Jets have enough anything to beat the Broncos, to be honest, right? So it's in the Mile High City now. Now, one thing I am going to tell these bettors, okay, so I didn't even talk about the Jaguars and Cardinals, and they got us favorite Cardinals, by 7.5, right? Yeah, if I was a betting man, I'd take that spread. I think we'll beat them convincingly. I don't think we'll make the mistakes and we'll allow to run like we did versus a really good running Minnesota team, all right? The Jaguars just ain't got it. Right, Trevor Lawrence is going to have pure hell. They might not win a game this season. Just mark my words. All right, Jets Broncos. Yeah, I'm rolling with the Broncos in the Mile High City of Denver. The line is 10.5. Now, this is what I was getting at. Probably wouldn't take the line on that one, right? Probably wouldn't. I think the Jets going to try to make a rally late. The defense is decent, right? But the Broncos will edge it out and get the win, of course. Dolphins at the Raiders, all right? The big poker chip in Vegas, all right? Tua Tagovailoa went down, got carted off the field. I haven't read anything about it. Let's look and see if they have anything written about what's going on in the game. Let's look at our injury reports. Let's see what's going on here. No injury reports yet? Oh, there we go. So, questionable. Fuck out of here. So right now, we got Jesse Davis, questionable. That's a guard. We got Jakeem Grant, questionable. Wide receiver Fuller out. And then Tua is questionable. So thank God for that because it looked bad. Now, he got carted off the field. And so prayers up for that kid. Thank God for that. Meanwhile, the Raiders have Carr questionable, Jacobs questionable, Incognito questionable, Kwiatkowski, linebacker, however you say that shit, questionable. All right, and then Teamer, one of their safeties, is questionable as well. So Tua Tagovailoa very well could play. Really don't matter to me. I think that the Raiders are a very explosive offensive team, and I think they have a very scrappy defensive line and a scrappy defense. I think the Raiders get the win. And the line is 3.5 for Vegas. I'll take that line. I think that's pretty good. Next game. This is a big one now. Tampa Bay versus them damn LA Rams, right? Now, they're playing at SoFi Stadium out there in Englewood, California. It ain't Englewood no more. It's Englewood. You got to sip your tea with your pinky up. All right. They're running all the hood out, and they gentrifying the hell out that place over there. They got Starbucks going up everywhere. So, I'm gonna roll with the Buccaneers, man. Right? Honestly, defensively, the only thing defensively that the Buccaneers have questions at is their defensive backfield, right? Because they play a lot of zone, but they're long, they're rangy, and we already know what the Rams do. The Rams have an offense that's a machine, right? And it's like pegs and nuts and bolts you put into that machine. Bradford is their new quarterback. Now, he's an upgrade from golf. Please don't get me wrong. But he's just another quarterback in their system, right? So if you do certain things to the LA Rams, you shut them down. Another thing, the Buccaneers have a big, nasty-ass offensive line who I think is going to really get after the LA Rams because they don't have the depth that they need. Once Aaron Donald goes out of the game, they're a pretty mediocre defense. Jalen Ramsey is going to be all over the place. We know that. But I think the Buccaneers with a veteran Tom Brady behind center are going to do just fine. So I'm going to roll with the Bucs on this one. They got Tampa Bay favored by 1 point. Yeah, I think it's safe to say you can roll with the line on that one. Seahawks versus the Vikings. All right, the Seahawks are always sniffing up our ass this year, playing the people that we play. So they pretty much have the same schedule, 1 game behind us. All right. To be completely honest with you, I'm going to pick the Vikings on this one, right? I think the Vikings have a really good team. The run game is phenomenal. It's fierce. I think they play that zone back there really well, and I think their front seven is very scrappy. Now, one thing we know, two things for sure, two things for certain when it comes to Seattle is their offensive line is still iffy. All right, we know Russell's going to throw the moon ball. Lockett's going to be on receiving in a bunch of them. DK's going to be on receiving in a bunch of them. They're going to try to run the ball. We understand that, all right? But I think the Vikings get their first win at home versus the Seattle Seahawks. Next game up, Packers-Niners in San Jose, California. All right, bang, bang, Niner gang. All right, going against the Pack. Here's another game where you have to kind of scratch your head on, right? Because are the Packers good offensively? Because they beat Detroit, right? And they struggled early against them, and they just kind of took off from there. Are they going to build and continue to be an offensive juggernaut? Well, one thing I see is their defense has holes in it, right? That's the issue. Now, the same thing that applies for the LA Rams applies for the Niners, right? Their offense, ran by young Shanahan, is just a machine, right? It's just a machine. And it just kind of give you guys a heads up. Wherever 44 goes in their offense, that's usually where the ball's going, some kind of way. It's either going to him or it's going around him. Of course, we know they got Skittles, or whatever his name is, at tight end. And the Packers right now they have a really good cover corner in Stokes, right? This kid's amazing, right? Young kid, rookie, long, rangy, ball hawk, right? He's going to take away their number one option because he can play man the whole game, right? I'm going to roll with the Pack, right? I'm going to roll with the Pack. I think Aaron Rodgers and them go out to his home, all right, in Northern California, and he puts on the show, all right? Monday night game. Woo, shit. Again, I'm probably going to get a little flack for this, okay? But Cowboys versus the Eagles in Dallas, all right? In Dallas. So, here are two things we got to look at. Dallas is committing to the run, right? I think that's where they understand that they can't throw the ball down the field with Dak 37, 40 times a game, right? Now, I went back and watched a few clips of the game where they played the Chargers last week. There was some questionable calls going on, right? There was some questionable calls. And earlier I said that rightfully in my mind, Philly would have beat San Francisco last week and if it weren't for those miscues, right? If it weren't for those drop balls, if it weren't for those inherent throws, if it weren't for the things that happened. So I'm going to roll with Philadelphia, right? I'm going to go with the EAGLES Eagles over the Cowgirls, right? Yeah, Dallas missing Lawrence, Gallup, Collins too, yeah. All that's going to matter, man. All that's going to matter big time. I just think that, honestly, I think that the Eagles put together a game plan. I think Jalen Hurts plays really well. All right, that's not to say that Dak won't, but like Johnny just posted up there are some key injuries, all right, in Dallas right now, and that's going to affect them. So I think Philly edges this one out. So that concludes my Week 3 picks, all right. Shoot us whatever you think, man. Comment on our YouTube page. Shoot us your picks, man. We love to see it, man, on the All About the Birds Instagram, Twitter page, on the All Athletic Talk Sports Network Twitter page. Shoot us your picks, guys. We want to know what you think, okay? Honestly, and I'll say it again at the end of this show, I'm going to give you guys an email where y'all can kind of holler at me and comment or ask questions. And these things, what I'll do is I'll read your comments and your questions on the show, all right? And then we'll talk a little bit about what we need to do or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, cater to that. Now, it's come to that time, all right? We're almost toward the end of the show, all right? We're about 44 minutes in. So we're coming to our last segment, okay? For guys you that know, it's called Boiling Bridges. Now, what happens on Boiling Bridges is that we have a topic, and I'm just going to put my 2 cents in on what I feel is going on with this and what should be going on with this. So today's topic is going to be these taunting fouls, right, in the NFL. Now, over the last few weeks, this is the second week in the NFL, so third week coming up. So the last 2 weeks, we've had some weird calls, right? and some examples of quote-unquote taunting that these referees are throwing flags for. Now, we're going to watch a video that's about a minute, I think. It's going to be, some of these plays are going to be, yeah, that's taunting. And if you don't admit it, then you're crazy, because, like, you can't jump in a man's face, right? That's taunting, right? When you catch a big pass, if you spin a ball by a dude, this is what they mean by taunting, right? So, producer man, let it run. You know what I'm saying? Gets up, spins the ball, right? Yeah. Catch it and run with it. Boom, boom. Took a hard hit. Now, what? That's taunting. You can't do that, bro. You can't get up and run at a guy, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know what he called him, you know what I'm saying? You wonder sometimes what the hell these guys be saying. Gets up. No, not really, not in my eye, right? He gets up and, you know what I'm saying, does his thing. That's been going on since. Now, see, the no symbol, right? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's weirdo shit. There we go. Catches it. I really don't know what happened right there. But the long and the short of it is simple, right? When you make a big play, yeah, you get excited. There's going to be tempers flaring. Football is a game of angry men, right? Tempers are flaring, you know what I'm saying? People talking shit, yeah, we get it, right? But when you make a play and you get up and you spin a ball by somebody's head while they're on the ground and you looking down on them, that's why they're calling taunting calls. Like the one where Keenan Allen jumped up and jumped in the dude's face and in his ear. And I mean, I don't know what he said when he was down there. And that reaction looked like, you know, it was some personal shit being said down there because Keenan jumped up like he wanted to scrap, right? But this is what they're calling taunting. Now, the one play with a DB from Buffalo, boom, gives him the no signal, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. But when he jumps up and he looks down at him and stares down at him, that's what they're calling taunting, right? A couple of them are just like, what happened? The one with Tampa Bay, right? Batted ball, about 24, 32, catches it, runs in the end zone, turns around. Deshaun Jackson did that shit a couple times, right? They ain't called taunting on that. So, as me and Johnny talked about in our production meeting before the show, the taunting fouls is kind of like the targeting fouls, right? We got to get a grip on what it really is, right? Because it's hurting certain situations. Like these are 15-yard penalties. You get one foul, you get another one, your ass get ejected, right? So they got to get a grip on what really is and what really is not taunting, right? It's going to be more hurtful to our game than helpful, right? Point blank, period. It is what it is. Guys, this has been another episode of Burning Bridges, the Burning Bridges podcast. If you want to contact me for questions, comments, so on and so forth, hit me up. All right, real simple at jeremy.bridges7337@yahoo.com. All right, tap in, holler at your boy, and shoot me an email. And I think that's the email. This is a new email. Let me see this thing here. What is this? I feel I need my reading glasses on. All right. Yeah, that's it. Again, jeremy.bridges7337@yahoo.com. Rock with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Shoot us some comments, some questions, and so on and so forth, man. We will read your questions on the show and answer them for you guys. We appreciate everybody that's tapped into the live stream. Thank you, producer man, for throwing that up there. We appreciate everybody that jumped on the live stream, man. Even if you jumped in and jumped out, we appreciate that. We understand it's Tuesday night, so everybody can't just be sitting there watching my pretty face talk shit about football all day. Everybody that tapped in, we appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week. What we're trying to do is, and what I'm going to try to do is, I'm try to have a guest on every other week, as opposed to not every week. I used to like when they could celebrate years ago. It was fun. Yes, it was, right? Yes, it was. The funky chickens and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it becomes personal, Adam, it makes tempers flare. It really makes the game very chippy. And next thing you know, you got a bunch of little scrums breaking all over the field. So it kind of takes away from the value of the game. I see both sides of it, but they definitely got to get some concrete, literally some concrete things, some things written in stone and saying, hey, this is exactly what we think taunting is, just like the same thing with targeting. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all again. Once again, this has been episode 3 of the Burning Bridges podcast. I am your boy, JB, a.k.a. Jeremy Bridges. Holler at me on Twitter at YouKnowMeBIG. That's the letter UKNOMEBIG at Twitter. Follow me up, all right? I follow back. Right now, same thing goes. If you follow me and you got questions, you got comments, you got things you want me to talk about on the show, send me a DM, man. Do that. I'm always on Twitter, like we just talked about earlier. I'm always on Twitter, man. You got crazy-ass tweets that you see, shoot them to me. DM them to me. They might just make JB's favorite tweets of the weekend. But it's got to be football related, right? Let's keep it real. It's got to be football related. Got to be NFL football related. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. It ain't got to be. It can be whatever, but I prefer it to be football related. All right. Hey, I appreciate you good people for tapping in. Shout out to my production team, them boys at All About the Birds Network, and then All Athletic Television Sports Network. I always fuck that up. But either way it go, that's family. That's the movement. You need to get with it. Shout out to all of the NFL teams, all the college teams. Good health and Godspeed. And we look forward to another great weekend of football coming up. I see y'all next week. Once again, it's your boy King JB. Signing out.